Here's everything I did to run sub 140 half marathon. I'm just 19 years old, bro. Considering that I'm just a noob. I started 3 months ago, and I can predict your comments. I can't do like that. He's different. Bro, we have different scenarios. I live in another city. Stop that cope, bro. I'm just gonna tell you step by step what I've done. Let's move on to the story how it all fucking started. How I started running. Like, it was 3 or 4 months ago on Valentine's Day. Actually, I started because I broke up. We planned a date. And just 30 minutes before, I don't know, she probably cheated on me, but she told me she's tired. Like, she cannot go with me because she was exhausted after her work. Like, that moment, I thought, wow, it's fucking done. I'll just block her, bro. I'll talk to her for the last time, but I'm gonna block her. But the better thing that happened, I put my clothes on. The same fucking moment, I went on a run. 14 kilometers, 5:45 minutes per kilometer pace. And that's when I realized I have some potential. Then I saw the race, my local race, but not only the local one. One run is basically international one. I run sub 140 in the next 3 months. Maybe you have less dramatic situation when you started running, but how do we start running faster for longer and being less tired? It's building an aerobic base and lowering your heart rate. That's absolute basics. If you want to get actual results, you need your heart to be trained. In simple words, the lower resting heart rate you have, the better you're going to perform. Basically, it's like a sports heart. It can sustain more pressure, more trainings, but it's actually not tired. So you're prolonging your life, basically. You're doing more volumes, but it actually gets easier than usually. With all that combined, you just run faster for longer. That's what we want. How do we build that? You need to run in a zone 2. You just need to go out there and run in your easy pace. Easy pace is the pace when you can hold a conversation. And to be more specific, it's zone 2 run. If you don't have watches or if you can't track your heart rate, there's zones. Zone 1, Zone 2, those are easy runs. Zone 1 is basically a jog or just a fast walk, bro. Then Zone 3, Zone 4, Zone 5 are more extreme. Zone 3 is anaerobic run. Aerobic is when we build the aerobic base. And beyond that is speed trainings. So my Zone 2 is heart rate from 130 to 150, roughly. But yours can be different. If you can't track it, just run easily. We're gonna get to training plan. 80% of your runs should be easy. Basically, you run like 5 times a week, and 3 to 4 of them are easy. You just go out there, you pace around your garden, your city, wherever. Only 20% of them are interval sessions. That's how I did it, bro. That's everything that I've done. And if you want to get the same result, like literally the same result, because I've cracked the code, like I've literally trained and prepped for it, and I get the best result possible. That's because I've been making my training plan for weeks and months, just by making mistakes, just by not having the right technique, just by, trying it all myself. I can give you that just by clicking on the link below. There will be a PDF that you can download. If you want to work personally, if you want to get your own result, maybe you want to run sub 25K, maybe you want to run 45 10K, just click on the link below, book a call with me, we can talk about it. A little pitch, but let's move to a training plan. The ideal situation, you train 5 times a week. You run 5 times a week. You have 1 or 2 strength trainings. When you start out, you can't run 5 times a week. You're just gonna get injured. We need to start from 2, possibly 3, because 1 run does not give you nothing. It just gives you the understanding of running and how it works. But from that point, you just have to move on quickly to 2 to 3 runs a week, because they will start forming you some aerobic base. Your brain starts to understand that, it's not a coincidence that you're running, but that's a systematic routineness. There is a term called running weekly mileage. You need to get that weekly mileage to build an aerobic base when your body is adapting to running more and running faster for longer. The more mileage you have per week, the faster it happens. So that's why we run 5 times a week. My running mileage, first it was just 20K, then 30K. I quickly moved to 45K. 1 week it was 50 to 60K kilometers a week. You get to that slowly. Okay, there are easy runs, there are tempo runs, there are interval runs, there are recovery runs, and there are long runs. Let's move to easy. We've discovered it. Just run in a zone 2 when you can hold a conversation. Tempo run is 20 to 25 minute burst run when you're running at like a bit slower than your 5K pace. A pace when you think you could hold your 5K race. Brutal session. I've done tempos uphill. It was fucking crazy. Interval runs is when you alternate fast, almost sprint run and usual jog or walk. There are some types to it. You can do 400 meter repetitions from 8 to 10 times at your 5K pace. You can do 800 meter repetitions 6 to 8 times. You can do 1K repetitions 3 to 4 times. That's my best. I absolutely love it, bro. It builds on your endurance. Not only builds your speed, but how can you sustain that kilometer? At the peak of your training, you can do 1K repetitions for 5 times at your 5K pace. Next one is 200 and 100 meter repetitions. That's more for sprinters, but you can do 12 to 14 to 15 repetitions of 100 and 200 meters. And for absolute beasts, bro, 3 repetitions for 3 km at 5K pace or whatever pace. That's fucking nuts. I haven't tried it, but I'm gonna try it soon. Like today, I'll have 3 repetitions for 1K at 5K pace. Let's move to long runs, bro. Long runs come from the name. It's just longer, easy run. When you can hold a conversation too, you can add a bit intensity, go a bit faster, but the main thing is to build that mental state when you can basically run and run and run and not question it. Get used to running those distances, because if you want to prep for half marathon, you need to get used to like at least getting 15 or 16K on a regular basis. Because if you can't, you're just gonna break down on a half marathon. How to understand what is your long run? I don't know, bro. I just picked it on myself. If your easy runs are like 6 or 7K, you do 13 to 15K. If it's lower, if your easy runs are 4 or 5K, 12 to 13K. Okay? I'm gonna tell you my training plan, bro. Fucking cheat code. I'm not gonna tell you an exact program. You can get it in the link below. But Monday, rest day. Tuesday, tempo run. Wednesday, easy run. Thursday, interval run. Friday, easy run. Saturday, long run. Sunday, hiking. I hike every single week. High altitude, like 4,000 meters. Gaining from literally 800 meters. I usually do that from 7 to 12 hours a day. And it fucking helps me get at oxygen deprivation. And in the city, I'm just floating, bro. That's my program. That's my literally training program you can take. Let's move to technique. The main points I'm going to talk about is how to save your knees. The main mistake runners make is they make a long stride. Their step is fucking huge. What happens when you prolong your stride? You need to place your foot, lower your body, like exactly down to your body. But when you put it in front of your body, it gets all of the hit on knees, on muscles, on joints. That's obviously not fucking good. And in physics, you spend more efforts to do the same action. Like if you do longer step, basically you're going to guess out faster, because longer steps making you fatigue faster. But if you do small steps, if you improve your cadence, number of steps per minute, you're gonna run it more efficiently and you're not gonna injure yourself. Another thing is to fix your posture. Don't look down. Don't be like a fucking shrimp, because it interrupts your breathing patterns and you're basically getting used to being crunched up. So that's important. If you wanna work on your cadence, swing your elbows, bro. Just swing them faster and you're gonna improve your cadence, because cadence is fucking important. And now, how I got to fast pace. My usual easy pace was like 6:30, 6:40, 6 at best days. Like if I'm running uphill, it's 6:40 pace. Now my easy pace on uphill is 5:30, 5:20. How I get there, bro? First of all, I really was focused on speed sessions, because actually I was training for 5K. My 5K program is also on the link below. I've put more efforts into that. I run 20-minute 5K, not sub 20, but it was fucking close because of the crowd. I got 20, 40. So if you want to know how I gained that speed so fast, just click on the link below. And like that fast pace, when I do a lot of interval runs, I just get used to that speed. And when I do easy runs, I just get used to easy pace. And I do a bit of speed ups. I do a bit of strides. Strides is when you do a 20-second sprint on almost all of your efforts. They're just fun, and it fucking builds your speed. Because the more you do that, the more your brain and body gets to adapt to it. That's all connected. I first lowered my heart rate. I corrected my easy runs. Then I worked on my technique. I started increasing my cadence. I go with the right posture, etc., etc. Then I started improving my speed. I started getting faster at easy runs, at interval runs. I started getting it for longer. And so that's why right now, for me, 5:20 pace is easy. Even uphill, bro. That's important because that helped me in a race. My race pace was 4:40, 4:39 to be exact specific. Mindset that got me to the race is never compete. Bro, if you look at the leaderboard, if you're gonna look at prize pool, I always looked at prize pool and I thought, I'm gonna win. I don't know why. I thought I'm a special nut. I'm just gonna come and fucking smash everyone. It's never about that. It's always about your result. It's always about how you can run. What is your time? What is your goal? So always stick to your plan. Like you need to have a solid plan for the race. Like if you're just going for the run and you're like, I'm just gonna try my max. It's never fucking working, bro. I came with a specific plan, sub 145, and I beat it on 5 minutes. You put a realistic goal. From this day on, if your easy pace is like 7, and you can't even run for 30 without gasping for air, probably your marathon time is like 2 hours, probably 145, but that's 3 or 4 months of training. So you need to plan it, you structure it, and never think about getting a prize pool, getting the leaderboards. There's always going to be a runner that beats you. All the time. I felt that 3 races, and it fucking happened every single time. So compete with yourself, and don't stress when you don't get your result. Don't stress if you get a bit lower, because it's not your fault. Maybe it's the fault of the race. There were so much people. It was just hot. Maybe you just didn't sleep well. It's those things that ruin some seconds to getting a record. But apply your max efforts to get the result, but don't be stressed. Just analyze your race. When you run it, what can you improve? What happened? What happened because of you, and what happened because of them? When I overdid my plan on half marathon, I was just over the moon, bro. Feeling when you smash the race by 5 minutes is fucking insane. Now, a bit of tips before the race, coming up to it, there's a phase called taper. When you slowly reduce volume before the race to get prepped for it and to not get injured. Before the race, you have to drop down the volume. You need to slowly come up to it, get strong, and have that muscle memory. So you don't fully drop your trainings before the race, and you don't train like usually. So when you come up to the race, it's like a training day. But on a training day, you're not doing your potential. You're not getting your 100%. Taper lasts for 2 weeks. First week, you reduce your volume by 20 to 30%. It's not that much. If your easy run was 7K, you do 6K run. Okay? And that's with every single run. You reduce volume. You reduce mileage. In a race week, you reduce volume by 30 to 40%. So if your easy run was 7K, you do 4K, 3K. Then, when it comes up to the race, I usually rest 2 days. Usually races happen at Saturday. So I rest, I don't do nothing, I carb load myself, I get so much energy. I store glycogen in my body so that in a race I'm not getting tired. Bananas, rice, oatmeals, all of that counts. Candies, just consume more of that in the last 3 days before the race. When you wake up, also consume carbs, bananas. Don't overeat because it's gonna ruin your whole race and you're gonna run not 5 minutes slower, but 20 minutes slower. On the race itself, just keep your pace. Don't look at others. Don't fucking start faster. Don't look at the crowd, bro. Just run by your pace. It literally took 3 minutes of my 10K race because I've just tried to follow the crowd. The race ended, and I just want to give you some personal advice. Always record data. Download Strava. Bro, that's fucking basic. If you have smartwatches, always track your heart rate. Always click on training button and it's gonna track your data. Something that gets measured gets improved. You can't track your trainings by your feelings. Only pro runners can do that. We're far from pro. Have a reason of every single run. Every single run should serve for something. If it's easy run, you run easy. You don't go slow. Oh, you don't go fast. If it's long run, the main thing is to run longer than your easy run. 60 to 90 minutes. Have the purpose. Don't go out and you're like, I'm just gonna do whatever. No, you have a structured plan. You used to do that, right? You just go out and, oh, bro, I have a feeling of sprinting right now. Oh, bro, I'm tired. I'm just gonna go home. No, every single run serves for something. Every single run solve some problem. You need to work on your actual constraint. What's holding you back right now? Right now, what's holding me back is mileage. I just need to get more weekly mileage. So I should do more volume overall. Your problem can be different, but have reason and be mindful of every single run. Run only when you feel like it. After the first month. So first month, you will inevitably force yourself to run. It's not going to be easy. You're going to be overthinking that. You're going to think, why I'm doing this? But if after 1 month or that painful period is done, you don't run when you feel like it, you're cooked. Because if you don't like it, at the end of the day, you're never going to continue running. You're never going to stick to it. It has to come from your heart. You literally have to enjoy it. Because if you're watching me right now, you probably fell in love with running. If you watch till this fucking moment and you need to check out my program, I've just given to you my whole blueprint. If you're the same as me, like teen, young, you probably have some background of gym or something like that, click on the link below. But you need to like running. It needs to come from your heart when you have fun and it's fucking enjoyable. Every single run of mine is enjoyable. I'm literally looking forward to fucking run, sprint, to feel that pain. Like, that's enjoyable. When I break my milestone or when I run faster, when I do an interval run and it happens out well, when I do long run and I've done my exact mileage, it's so motivational. It's so inspiring. Learn to love running. That's basically the most important step. Out of all of that, everything else will go from that. And so when you love running, you need to get results. You need to get results you want. So I've done personally 20-minute 5K, 45-minute 10K, but I genuinely got an injury and I could do 42 10K. I do sub 140 half marathon. All of that I can give you in a link below. Check out my PDF program. I've just laid out for you everything. And book a call with me if you want personal work. See you in the next video. Watch it right here.